What resolution would this be? Number?
1054.
So adopt resolution 1054, adopting an amended conflict of interest code. Staff report, please.
As you will recall, this was in your packets last month. We held it over for additional review because we got it fairly late. The Personnel Committee met. That was one of the things that we needed to do prior to adoption of this. We looked over job descriptions, and we did make the one change to the designated employees, and it's just assistant general manager. We took out the / operations. So that's the only change that you see before you today versus what was in your packet last month. And for all the legal issues that got changed in here, I will defer to Patrick Miyake.
Yeah, I'm happy to just give a quick summary. The district's conflict of interest codes needs to be reviewed every 2 years. It's biannual. It's on an even number of years. And there's really two main things that we look at from a legal perspective in coordination with your staff. Number one, has there been any changes to the law that would require modifications to the conflict of interest code? And number two, have there been any changes to the organization that require changes? We reviewed the law, and there are no legal changes that are required based on changes to the law. As Carrie mentioned, there's one organizational change. What was unique this year was that the Fair Political Practices Commission issued a kind of a guidance paper to all public agencies, and they held some workshops making some recommendations to simplify the conflict of interest code so that it's more user-friendly for public employees who are bound by it. And this doesn't apply so much to us and other small districts, but for much larger public agencies where mid-level managers are required to comply with the conflict of interest code, there were some privacy interests that were a concern. So what the Fair Political Practices Commission recommended really fall into two main categories. Number one, let's simplify and shorten conflict of interest codes, take out the stuff that's superfluous. And number two, and this kind of focuses on the disclosure categories, let's make the disclosure categories read cleaner, crisper, and more direct and more objective, and take out some of the subjectivity that they've seen in some of the conflict of interest code. So those are the main themes for amendments to your conflict of interest code. So you'll see there are a number of changes. As Carrie pointed out, substantively, it's really the change in organization that's a change. But from a format and style perspective, it's cleaner, and the disclosure categories follow the recommendations of the guidance from the Fair Political Practice Commission. So that's what's before you tonight.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
I don't have any.
So Lance Alarcon, that's from?
He is an attorney at Hanson Bridget who helped with the review. What we try to do at Hanson Bridget is we represent a number of public agencies. All of our public agencies had to do this, so we try to have a point person who looks at this for a number of our clients, so that one person's reviewing the law, reviewing the FPPC guidance, and helping update the code, so it's much more efficient that way. And Lance was the attorney who helped with that this year.
And who's Ed Schmidt?
Ed Schmidt, that is somebody who apparently got copied. He's a general manager for another client of ours. So where do you see that? Because that needs to be changed.
That's just on the explanation. The memo from Lance to Carrie has a memorandum to Ed Schmidt at the top of it also.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So that's part of our streamlining that was not caught here. Thanks for pointing that out.
Sure. Happy to do it on camera, too. Okay, if there's no further questions, I would entertain another motion. Okay, I would move that the board adopt resolution number 1054, adopting an amended conflict of interest code.
Second.
Thank you.
Motion by Director Cosgrove, seconded by Director DeJarnette, to adopt resolution 1054 to approve an amended conflict of interest code. Roll call.
Yes.
Director Brown.
Aye.
President Cosgrove.
Aye.
Director DeJarnette. Aye. Director Ash.
Aye.
Thank you. Passes 4-0.